Right, I've been asked by a photographer to make a few pyramids. Well, 2 at the moment, but there might be more. For a photo shoot for him, he's going to be painting them, covering them in vinyl, he says. I think that might be sticky back plastic, but I thought, well, how hard can it be? You know, the bevel's a little bit awkward. If you look down on a pyramid, they look like they should be 45, but I know they're not, the compound bevels. And I really didn't want to get into cosines, tangents, all that crap. So first thing I did was I found out this true length here, the width of a board. I haven't got the board anymore, I don't think. I think it was that. So that width, no, it wasn't that, but you know what I mean, the width of a board, so that I could have it across like that. Let me see if I can find one. So that width is basically that. So what I did is cut that, flipped it over, cut another one, so what I'm making is a triangle like that. So what I did for the first one was find that height, which gave me that length. The width I wanted at 100mm, these are just little test pieces, width at 100mm. And I knew it was going to be wrong, but I cut it at 45 just to see, and you can see they don't join up. So I thought, right, how do I work that bevel out without going into all the maths crap, like I said? So I thought I'll have a go, see if roofing geometry works out. At school I did tech drawing, and in college you learn a roofing diagram, and I got 98% on that. It knocked me 2 marks off, otherwise I'd got 100%. But it knocked me 2 marks off because I didn't label the wall plate, which is the very first rectangle you draw. Anyway, I drew a triangle, then I did all the tech drawing stuff, the geometry to find out the true size and the angles and everything. And this was the first one, and hip rafter I worked on, not jack rafter. This is hip rafter, and it worked out alright. The angles are up, look. But it turned out the wrong height, wrong dimension to what I wanted, if you know what I mean, the drawing. So I tried hip rafters, which you can see turns out a bit narrower, but the miters are up, the bevels. So tried a bit of both. That don't work. So I went online, I spoke to a few people, and everybody came back with just cosine, tangent. I didn't fucking do that. But eventually I found a website that I'd actually missed at the beginning, I skipped, and I got it to work out. What I needed was, I needed that angle, this angle here, the base size, and then to cut it I need that distance there. So I'll draw one of these for you, see how I work that out. And one thing that the photographer threw into the mix was, that's supposed to be 4-sided, ignore that, was a 3-sided triangle, 3-sided pyramid. So I tried one at 45 because the calculation on the online thing says 56.4. My saw won't go over to 56.4, so I did it at 45 just to see how the sort of dimensions worked out. I knew the bevels wouldn't work, but that worked. This online calculation thing works. This was 100mm, this was the square one, this was that distance I worked out, and then that angle, you know, like that, from horizontal, like that. And that was spot on. So I had a go at doing the triangle one, and I've got a 30mm cutter somewhere. Because if you take 56 from 90, leaves you, brain won't work at the moment, but it leaves you 33. So I thought, if I can cut that at 30 and then, yeah, fill it with glue, he's going to paint them. So I only got that. There's 30mm cutter in there, look. Don't know where the box is. And that worked out right, near enough. I had a bit of problem here with the ply. I hit a bit of a hollow and it went, but crappy ply as well, cheap crappy ply. But that was exactly what my drawing said, which was good. So I bought some better ply. This is Q ply that I normally use. Slightly better veneer on the face. I've got to shuffle a few tools, and as you can hear, maybe it's pissing it down again. I'm trying to get the van done, but every time I get my tools out it's raining. So set up my table. I'm going to cut these, see if I can make it work. I've got my track saw there. I think I've got a new sharpened blade up there, and then we'll put that in. Got a protractor, got this angle thingy, and a cute little adjustable bevel. Thought I'd lost this, so tiny, but it was in the box over there. I can set me, I'm going to use this to set the blade on that underneath. So it's an 8x4 sheet that I got them to cut in half for me, just so that I can get it in here easily. Because I knew it'd be raining, I didn't want to be outside cutting it in half. So let's do this square one first. That true length is that length there. So I'll be able to cut a board to that width and then do like that and cut triangles out. I might have to do a trim cut, because as you see on these test pieces, as you flip it over, you lose that corner. You can see it there, look. That was from that one. And then when I cut that one across there, like that, you sort of lose the corner. It's hard to describe, but I'm gonna have to cut one, then probably trim that back 10, 15, 20mm, then cut the next one, and so on. So first thing I'm going to do is cut a strip at 364.4, which is that distance there. saw's got a bit sticky. Like this one is an equilateral triangle, so 400, 400, 400. So I could put 400 on here and then use a compass, create 2 arc points, join those lines up. I could do 400, find the centre, 200, square up off that. I've got that distance, so it'd be to that point there. I can't get the point of the compass on the edge of this, you know, it'll be one or the other. So I think I'm going to do the square point one. Got a bit of crap here on the board, so come in 100mm. Half of that's there. That's not right. Bollocks. The amount of times I've done this. That should be 400, but it's not, it's 420. Bollocks. .36. I'm slightly over 361. 366. That should be 364. 364. But so I'm only 1.5mm off. Let me just go check my drawing. 346. Like an idiot. 346. Got my head up my ass. Have to recut this now. Right, we'll try again. This was too big. You can always cut it down a bit, can't you? Right, I'm going to keep this line in, put a new line in. So I've already got 400 across there. Yep, that one measured 400. I'm 2mm short, but near enough. So that's better. See, I'm a few mils short there. Near enough. Right, I need to set me bevel to 35.3 degrees apparently. That's where this little thing comes in, because I can get that underneath. 35.3. So I'll set the saw. Right, that threw me a little bit. When I set my bevel at 35.5, it was miles off there. I thought, and the Makita thing says 35.5. But on my table saw, it tilts the other way and it reads from 90 degrees. This is reading from horizontal. See zeros on the horizontal. So I had to take 35.3 from 90 degrees, which gave me 53, 54. One of them two. So set my little bevel thing at that, 54. Set it at that, and the Makita thing tells me that it's 35, so I think that's right. I'll cut one, see how it goes, see how it looks. I'm on my line. Now I know this don't, it sticks a bit if you don't push down on there. It runs smoothly if I press down on there. So go for it, Might want to move it in a bit. Oh, bloody machine. Quite a nice clean cut. Did on this one anyway. Get out of my way, junk. Burnt that one up. So I've lost the corner a little bit there. Right, just before I fold this up, I just want to point out this. If you had a compass with that radius, like that, it would travel from that point to that point, that point, that point, that point, and round. This is like 4 sides, sorry, to a hexagon. But that distance, the hip edge, is your compass line. Then, imagine you got your compass line, you draw a line across there, the distance of your base, and that'll give you the shape of the piece that you're trying to make. Got that one wrong way round, idiot. Excellent. My tape's a little bit off here, but you see the miters. They're pretty good. My tape's not doing them any favours, but that is pretty good to me. And the finished height, I can't tell it properly we're holding this, but let's call it about there. 2.7 or 2.8 on my drawing there. .28. Cool, I've got to cut the base for this one because it's going to have a flat base, and according to that thing, it says here, set your saw bevel to 35 degrees when you cut the base angle, which is the same as the bevel cut that I just did. So to get this base, I want to cut it at the same as the bevel on the hip. Right, so I need to cut the base. I'm quite happy with the point at the top there, but some of my bottoms are very slightly out. See, that one is. So I'm going to put a little pencil line there and number these, or letter them should I say. A, B, B. Make sure I cut the right side. C. So like I say, according to the thing, I've got to cut them at the same as what I had that set up. Right, so I cut that. opted for duct tape this time. I thought I might regret it, but I did try it on a piece and it doesn't seem to pull the veneer off. Hopefully not. I've cut all the bottoms. Only problem is, it is sitting flat. If you can see, it's the right angle, but I want to put a base in there. Which means that you're going to see this edge. My base is going to be sitting inside it. I can't cut that right back. I just can't do that, you know. It's going to be, that's 35 degrees, so that's going to be 17 degrees. I can't do that. So I'm just going to fit a base in, and I'm going to have to sand, fill, paint, whatever, this edge that'll be seen. So that'll be sitting like that. Which by the looks of it is that angle that I've cut. That makes sense. Be right. Like I say, it's covering it. Like I said, I think it's covering it in vinyl or whatever. So I cut a panel to fit there. Open it up again. Glue it. I think I'm going to use PU glue. White wood glue would probably be better, but any little gaps like that, PU glue will fill up. You know, it'll swell up and fill up those gaps. Make sure I get a good bond, because I'm not going to be putting any beading or anything in this. Got to keep it as light as possible. So I measured it all around, 387 all around, or 388. I don't want it sticking up, I'd prefer it to sink in a little bit, and then I'll sand this edge off if it sticks up a bit. So 387. This corner here seems the squarest. Got a little bit of damage on that corner, but that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to square off this 387 square. See, I've chosen to come in 10mm, lose that damage. And I'll cut my line out. So like I say, I prefer this to be sitting inside, and then I've only got that edge to go around to sand or clean off. No bad fit, like I say, it's just inside, so once it's glued I can, you know, sand this little lip off. cool. Once I'll glue that together. I'm not going to film that probably. But then I've got to do the bigger three-sided one. Yeah.